I'm right here. What are you even doing?
I'm
Are
sorry,
you even
no.
ready for bowl?
Yeah, I'm ready. Are you?
Are you ready?
Yeah,
I'm ready. Are you
I'm
ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Okay. What's up, Skyview? My name's Kiane.
And my name's Arkira, and we're
your
Fifth Period Bolt hosts. The day has finally come, Skyview. As you join us for our 9th annual Bolt, it's finally time that we can say, let's turn the page. But before we begin, Kiane, what is Bolt?
I'm so glad you asked. BOLT stands for Building Our Legacy Together and is a TED Talk meets talent show type of vibe. Skyview gets together every year in this very auditorium to show leadership's year-long project in the works.
This year's theme of Turn the Page focuses on highlighting the best parts of our lives, whether that be your past, present, or future self.
Hey Skyview, is this a good time?
Oh, hey Braden.
What are you doing here?
Just doing some things, you know.
Wait, so you'll be like joining us today?
Just look for me or behind the curtain.
Okay, sounds good.
But Kiane, I have to say, I'm so excited for our first act.
Right? He brought together such a classical piece.
Skyview, let's give a big warm welcome to our first musical act of the evening, Yermin.
Hey Nick, can you give me the right music, please?
Just wow. That really ate.
I mean, after that, I can't imagine what else is backstage.
Or who else?
Where do you learn to make a banana split? Sunday school.
I mean, besides, Brayden, Yerman's solo really made me want to dance, but I don't know how. But I think someone could teach me.
Kiane, I think I have the perfect person for that. Their name is Jean, and actually, I think they're up next. Let's go.
Young one, we are the savior of your world. We are what stands between humanity and self-annihilation. The task ahead will not be easy. People will not accept us, they will look at us as a mistake. A chimera. But our bodies, our minds are better as one. We must undo the damage done. Your race lost contacted before ready. And look what it has done. War, segregation, genocide. All this in response to a mistimed contact. We must save the human race. As those of the Latin language would say, per aspera, et astra.
See how I circle imaginary lines that the maze of my design carry on.
Just bump my head and my face turns purple. Running through hurdles, running in circles, trying to escape from this thing that I fear. Everything seems clear, like the end is near. In the rear, I can see the beast getting close, surrounded by ghosts in the cloud of smoke. The smoke reeks of failure. I don't want to fail, but all the stairwells lead straight to hell. So I'm jumping trapdoors in the floor before they floor me. Focus on the love and the light right before me. Walls keep spinning and my path keeps turning. Patience thinning and my calves keep burning. Hotter than the furnace. Suddenly I'm learning. Maybe I finally reached the point of no return. East is north and west is south. I feel like I would never get out. I'm trapped.
See how I circle imaginary lines that the maze of my design carry on. See how I fly away.
Behind me, my ex-girl's chasing me. In front of me, my next girl's facing me. Awaiting me, the lights in my sight, but I can't cross these enemy lines up behind. I can feel the fatigue, but I'm dying to shine. But the road winds, I rewind. Gotta find a new place to hide for the night. Will I ever escape? Or I try and I try. Everybody's watching me, I'm dying to get out. In the glass labyrinth, I am the mouse. I'm trapped. I'm trapped.
Hey, Arkira, do you ever feel like it's really hard to find good news at this school.
Yeah, I wish there was a way we could find out all the good news in one place.
Hang on. I think the team is cooking something up.
Wait, Kiani, what's today?
Wednesday, why?
Oh, good. I thought I had this paper to turn in, but turns out I have some extra time.
Well, that's good news. Hey, speaking of good news, I think that brings us to our next act.
Today, Bolt presents Good News Wednesday, but for today only, please welcome Good
Good
News
News
Bolt.
Bolt.
Hello, Skyview! I'm Louisa.
And I'm Devin.
And we are Good News Wednesday. This school year has had some amazing events.
For real, who would have thought we had girls and boys basketball, girls cross country, girls bowling, boys swimming, and wrestling all make it to state this year, as well as DECA going to nationals and Stormbots making it to worlds.
And who can forget Skyview's first ever culture assembly?
And now, Good News Wednesday's third ever Bolt performance.
And I'm especially excited this year since we're doing Hot Ones.
What are we waiting for? Let's introduce our guests.
Top bowler of this year, please welcome Addison Case.
You can't forget about our amazing bowling coach and Skyview's very own librarian, Tracy Chun.
Co-captain of next season's boys swimming, please welcome Hayden Louise.
And last but definitely not least,
Preston and Deja. Now, if you don't know what Hot Ones is, please allow us to explain.
our competitors are going to take a bite of their hot wing before each question.
Each wing is going to get increasingly spicier. Whoever makes it to the end will be the winner.
Let's see who you all think is going to win.
If you think Addison's gonna win, cheer really loudly, guys. Come on. I think we can do better than that, guys. Come on. I said, if you think Addison's gonna win, cheer really loudly.
Let's hear it if you think Miss Chun's gonna win.
What about Hayden?
And finally, if you think Preston's gonna win, let's hear it.
The contestants will be taking a bite of their wing. This first wing is flavored mild by Wingstop. It's the first.
Right. Left on everybody, your right. Yeah. Okay, let's ask our first question. Addison, being such a remarkable bowler, why did you start bowling?
I started bowling because both my parents were bowlers, and I started bowling at the age of 3, competitive at 5, and my brother's side of the family bowled as well.
Next on the chopping block, Hayden. Why did you first start swimming?
Well, I started about when I was like 4 or 5, and I started competitively like 2 years later. But I joined swimming because I find it's the sport that I seem to enjoy the most, and I'm pretty good at it, in my opinion.
All right, Ms. Chun, please explain how it feels to see your students succeed after spending your time coaching.
First, I'm going to take a Tums here. I'm just really proud to be a coach at Skyview High School because our kids are the best, in particular the bowling team. But everyone here, all the teams are amazing. It's just fun to see kids come together and unify as one.
Preston, why don't you tell us some of your inspirations and role models that got you into music and band?
Yeah, so my parents kind of met through music. They met through singing with each other. But my sister did band pretty much ever since I can remember, since I was a very young child. So when my sister did band, I got to see her perform on stage, and just as her, like being, she was just she was such an inspiration to me that she kind of sparked the flame that still burns today.
Aww. All right, moving on to our next wing. This one is spicy Korean. It's the next one.
The bowling team has been nothing short of successful. Addison, please give us some advice on good teamwork.
Trusting each other for sure, and if you throw a bad frame, knowing that your teammates have your back and they'll cover you, and just to keep going.
Oh, that's hot. That was really hot.
One down, 3 to go. Miss Chun, you're such a remarkable coach. Why don't you tell us why you started coaching?
I first started coaching because it was the only way to get a teaching job. But why I continue to coach is because it's really fun to be able to work with teenagers outside of the classroom and see them in a totally different arena where a lot of them shine and are successful. And it's fun to just practice those skills like teamwork and dedication and grit. Those are the things that make coaching fun.
You're super heartful even when you're all spiced up, Miss Chen. Preston, you're such a big part of the Skyview community. Tell me what's your favorite part about performing for Skyview events?
Yeah, it's really cool to be able to perform along my friends and people who are really talented. It's really cool that I've been able to meet so many like talented people and able to just be able to play along with them. It's been really cool.
So our third flavor here is Cajun. Please.
Alrighty, this is the third, almost the last wing. It is supposed to be the second most spicy wing at Wingstop, so let's see how they take it. You got it, Miss Chun. Oh no! What an explosive reaction, am I right? You're holding up amazing, Addison. Your team, the bowling team, placed third in this year's state championship. Why don't you tell us how it feels to be on the podium?
It feels really great knowing that my last 3 years here, we've been able to place third or up. Not gonna lie, we should have done better this year, but last year our struggle was Bakers, and this year it was our strong trait, and we came back from a really big deficit after day one. So.
Really impressive.
Now, Preston, tell me how you prepare yourself for such a big performance.
I just, kind of practice a lot and make sure that I know the music well, but I kind of just, think back to all the performances I've had and just know like what to do and how to prepare. I guess just like, just practice, rely on the fact that I've done this for a while, and just go out there and have fun.
Alrighty, we have made it to the last and final wing. This is the spiciest wing at Wingstop. It is called the Atomic. Okay, let's see how they take this one.
Now, Preston, you've made it to the final stage, sure. But to truly prove yourself the winner of Good News Wednesday Hot Ones, we're gonna have you take a hot sauce shot of the bomb, and you're gonna have to do an epic drum solo, so.
Let's see it.
What does a janitor say when he jumps out of the closet? Supplies! Get it? Get it? Because like supplies, like in janitor closet, yeah? Yeah?
Well, after hot ones, I'm craving wings.
I know. I didn't eat lunch today, so I'm hungry.
Do you want to go pick some up after this?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, actually, wait. Maybe like right now.
Right now?
Yeah, right now.
Yeah, sure. That's fine. It's not like we're doing anything anyways, right?
You guys wouldn't
want
mind,
anything?
right?
You guys want anything?
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, actually, I think we have one last thing to tell you, really fast. Brayden, do you want to join us? Okay.
What is a chicken's favorite fantasy film?
No clue.
Lord of the Wings. Oh.
Okay then. So I heard Mr. Castle has a story unlike anything I've ever heard in my life. So let's give it up for a big welcome for Mr. Castle.
When I was first asked to come up here and share with you, I was excited, then I was nervous, and then a bit scared, but I wasn't sure what I could really offer. As I look back on my life then, I realized that there's actually a lot of pages that I've had to turn. I'm hoping that my little journey may encourage some of you. So I was an Air Force brat. I was actually born in Mountain Home Air Force Base in Idaho. My dad moved all over the place. I moved from there to Arizona, to England for a bit when I was really young, back to Arizona, to California, where I lived in about 10 different places, back to Arizona, then finally came up here as a 7th grader. Because of all the moving around, I was able to kind of get to know people really quick, meet friends, and then not really sure whether or not I would keep them very long. But that was the only way I was able to survive as a younger kid. One of the stops in California was a horrible place called Pomona, right outside of Los Angeles. It was a horrible place, and one day when I was coming out of school, I must have been in about 3rd grade, there was a car driving by really slowly right in front of the school. All of a sudden, a guy jumped out of the crowd of kids, took off down the street. The car sped up, shot him 3 times, heard 3 pops, car took off. I remember hunkering down behind a brick wall. My mom and I had to walk home that day. That was one of the times where I realized that I had to turn the page from being somebody that everything was comfortable to realizing that the real world is really tough. My parents ended up getting a divorce, moved back to Arizona where I was with my mom, me and my sister. And when we got back there, we went back there because my grandparents lived there as well. That was when I had to yet turn another page. Alcoholism was a huge thing in my family. And it happened one night, my sister and I were the only 2 people in the house when a loved one of ours tried to die by suicide. I had to call the police, I had to be involved in law enforcement, I had to be involved in all of those things that have stayed with me. Because of that, we had to move from Arizona and come up here to the Pacific Northwest. That was yet another page that turned in my life. Living in Washington led me to a new love that I was never able to experience in Arizona, snowboarding. I loved going up to the mountain when I was in high school, any chance I had, and I wouldn't say that you should skip school, but I'm not saying that I didn't, but we went snowboarding, and one time after I graduated, my buddy and I, after we had our shift at a local coffee shop, we're going to go up and go snowboarding, and it was dumping snow down here, so we knew that the powder was going to be awesome. We left, but I don't remember much of that day after passing the I-205 bridge. As we were getting closer to the resort, we decided to pull over and chain up. And while I was chaining up, mind you, on the outside of the vehicle, I was hit by a 16-year-old in a truck that had locked his brakes up who was going too fast. He slid into me. When he hit me, pushed me, and the wheel well of the truck I was chaining up sliced into my neck about an inch from my spine, almost decapitating me. From there, I was pushed underneath the truck, and the truck landed on top of me, and I was folded head to foot underneath. Had a compound fracture in my arm, 6 broken ribs, but the ones that were the scariest were my 2 broken vertebrae, my C2 and my C4. The miracle was that nothing touched my spinal cord. I was pinned under that truck for about 45 minutes until an ambulance was able to come. It was snowing too hard for Life Flight to come and save me. One of the first miracles that happened that day was there was a Channel 8 news truck coming up to do a report on the snow. And back then, not everybody had cell phones, so that actually was able to get a contact to the hospital a lot sooner. They didn't move me. They were worried about damaging any of the nerves in my neck. They had to put airbags under the truck and lift me up to get me out from underneath it without injuring me. Because the ground was so cold, though, it was another miracle because the blood flow was so slow. So when they get to the hospital, they rate you 0 being dead on arrival, 10 being perfectly fine. They said I was a 1 and that it would be 6 to 9 months for rehab if I lived at all. That was January 10th, 2000. February 1st, I was walking out. 3 weeks. So that was because of probably the biggest page that turned in my life. As I was laying in the hospital, the doctor that did the surgery on my neck said that I should be dead. He said it was a miracle that I was even there in the first place. I was introduced to Christianity at the time, but never really thought much of it. But when I was sitting there thinking about this guy said that I should be dead, I thought maybe there's something else that kept me alive. That's when I gave my life to God. So when I gave my life to God, I decided at that point I got to get the heck out of here. And so when I was reading, I was like, oh, I want to read the Bible, but I didn't know what to read. So James is actually my first name. I thought, hey, I'll read the book of James. The first verse in the book of James says this: "Consider it pure joy when you face trials and tribulations. They produce perseverance, which helps you make you perfect, lacking nothing." This was my life verse. So from that point, I decided to have the determination I never thought possible, and I believe that's what helped me get out of the hospital after 3 weeks. Almost dying puts a new spin on life. I now have a joy that every day I see is one that I may not have had. I try to keep this joy during my day when I interact with students, families, friends, and that's what I want to make sure that I encourage you all with today. Even though you go through things that are tough, things that might be difficult, I want you to know that when you turn that page, there's some fun things that could be on the other side. So, and I really believe that's why I'm a teacher. If any of you are going through tough times, chances are I've been through it. Feel free to come, share. I'd be happy to talk with you about it. But one of the things that's really important is not to stop when things get tough. It's always amazing to see what's on the next page. Thank you guys very much.
It says it's unlocked. Hello? Oh, hey, okay. That was awesome. And the talent is really real today. Arkira.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
All right. So, for our next act, we're going to be getting a little singing for you guys. Yes, I'm very excited.
Are you ready?
Yep. What's their name?
Their name is Ace Pollard. Ready?
be the death of me. Okay. That was awesome. I couldn't believe that Ace could sing like that.
I couldn't have agreed more. I love the musical talent here at Skyview.
Absolutely. Something about seeing everyone's story come to life is just so sweet.
I mean, the show's not quite over yet, right? We still have one more act.
That's right. Please welcome one of our most ambitious bands yet, Fortuitous Pork. Now that band was just spectacular. Preston has a lot going for him today. In fact, I think everyone really killed their performances as a whole. Little applause.
Thank you.
I just wanted to say, on behalf of leadership and Bolt this year, thank you so much for being a part of our 5th period performance, as well as make sure to come back for 6th period for a brand new acts and our evening show, 6 p.m. tonight, all brand new acts, nothing the same. So join us if you have nothing better to do, or just because you want to.
Thank you so much for supporting us this year. It's been an honor, and I think it's time that we turn the page over to our 6th period host.
Thank you.